Namaste students. I am Dr. Shubhada Deshpande from Vikas College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Vikhroli, affiliated to University of Mumbai. I welcome you all to this video tutorial on how to write a statement of purpose, which is in short called SOP. It's a pleasure speaking to you all through this video tutorial project of IDOL, University of Mumbai. As mentioned, we will discuss how to write the statement of purpose in this video. What do you mean by this statement of purpose? It is a short essay to be written by a student who wishes to pursue higher education at a foreign university. Generally, this is a trend in the foreign universities that the students, apart from submitting all the details of their eligibility for the program, are also supposed to submit a short essay that talks about them, their academic background, achievements, goals, and also states why the student is willing to study his or her desired program at that university. In short, the admission committee of the university is helped in their decision of admitting the candidate because it tells them about who the student is and what his or her academic and professional interests are. The student is also expected to prove through this letter how he or she would add value to the program that he or she is applying to or to the university in general if admitted. So it is the best way for the student to tell how he is the most eligible and outstanding candidate to be given admission among all others who have applied. Students, please keep it in mind. The word limit in general should be between 500 and 1000 words, and always better to restrict it to be a single page long document or at the most 2 pages. Either keep traditional Times New Roman or Calibri font with 11 or 12 point size, which generally is a readable size. Choose single spacing throughout the essay, as it is a long essay that needs to elaborate your ideas and also should display good writing skills that are necessary in the higher education. It is always advisable to brainstorm your ideas before you actually write it. You need to ask yourself the questions like, why am I willing to pursue this degree? What do I expect from it? What are the specific features of this course that have attracted me to select it? What is the scope for this program in future? How is it going to help me professionally as well as personally? And very importantly, how are my present academic qualification, personal and professional experiences going to help me while pursuing this course? See, you need to write all this in an elaborate manner, and so should write it as a rough draft first. Develop an outline for the structure of the essay, like how I am going to begin in the introductory part. This part certainly needs to be an attractive one in which you will briefly introduce yourself and your background. This will be your introductory paragraph. Next 2-3 paras need to be drafted very carefully. In the second para, write your personal and professional experience with around 2 to 3 examples which would be relevant to the area in which you wish to pursue this program. In the next para, express your understanding of the scope and relevance of the program in the upcoming future. Your awareness of the current problems in that area and willingness to work on those problem areas and solutions to those problems need to be described in an elaborate manner. But for that purpose, you need to have a thorough knowledge of the area. You need to have some background study of the field so that you can very well spell out what you have understood. And very important is you should be able to describe how pursuance of this course or program is going to enable you in this journey. After all this well-versed description, then you should also write a small para on why you have selected this particular university as the institute to study this program at. And the concluding para should summarize whatever you have written earlier, thus proving how you are the most eligible candidate to pursue this program, and that too in this particular university. When you are writing the first draft, remember, you need to sound yourself throughout the essay and thus use your own words. Once the first draft is complete, go over it again, edit it carefully, check the form related aspects like the margin, spacing, and font size. Grammatical aspects also need to be taken care of. So all this needs to be done at this stage of editing. Go over it again and check how it sounds, because while writing the first draft, we generally happen to include everything that we find necessary, or it is also possible that the sentences might not have been set in a proper logical sequence of ideas. That logical flow needs to be checked, and if it has got disturbed somewhere and needs to be corrected. Once you are clear that the draft is readable and presentable, better to show it to someone whom you trust and who can clearly guide you if at all any corrections or modifications are necessary. Students, as I have already told you, this SOP gives the admission committee a clear idea of whether you possess those writing skills that a student enrolling for a graduate program needs to possess. You need to display the skill of writing in descriptive and yet precise manner. It is always advisable to spend some time on homework as to which faculty you are going to teach you if you get an admission there. You need to know about them well in advance so that you can add a sentence or two relating to them, to the reasons for your willingness to enroll there. And then, while writing this SOP, please keep in mind you should avoid using any general statements or quotes, because that will restrict your SOP from sounding genuine and your own statement. Similarly, you should also take care of not including any colloquial words or terms and also the abbreviations that we normally use in our WhatsApp text or even sometimes while writing emails. No acronyms or short forms should be included. For example, a program like BAF, which stands for Bachelor of Commerce with Accounting and Finance. People associated with University of Mumbai may understand it because they are aware of this program. But the admission committee of that foreign university might not get an idea of what you mean by BAF. So, in such cases, then it is always advisable to write the degree in complete form. Likewise, always better to avoid such acronyms and not to assume that the reader would be able to understand the meaning of those acronyms. So, I think by now you all must have got an idea of how you should draft this essay and what you need to include in it and what not to include. Remember, it is not to be written in the form of a letter. So, there won't be any address of the sender or the receiver. Nor do you need to mention the date. There only needs to be written your own name and the program which you are willing to pursue in the right hand side corner. The first para of your SOP should introduce your academic background, which means the degree or the qualification you possess, the area of specialization, and from where you have completed it. It is also helpful to add a sentence more on what you have worked on as a special project or assignment in the final year, which is relevant to the area you are willing to pursue the program in. So you write here your name, for example, Praniti Shukla, and then PhD program on the next line in this corner. I will help you write the first para in which you can introduce your academic background. The first para will include your own introduction, like I completed MA in economics from University of Mumbai in 2020 with a distinction. I wish to pursue PhD research in the area of applied economics at Manchester University. My interest and aptitude in the area of economics always made me read every article in the newspaper by well-known economists that nurtured my understanding of the economic aspects of everything happening around me at the national as well as international level, thus leading me to analyze the relations between socio-political events and the economy in general. No doubt, this led me to choose economics as the area of concern, thus leading me on the same path as my career option. As a student at undergraduate level, I was assigned a small project in applying the Marshall theory to the scenario of markets in those times. I should proudly mention that the methodology I followed and the findings of the project were appreciated as very unique, and I was advised by the examiner that I should select applied economics as the path of my career, as I displayed the ability to contribute meaningful inputs to the area. So students, this will be your first introductory paragraph, which talks about everything that makes you eligible to pursue the program in that university. The next paragraph should elaborate the scope this program and your contribution to it will have in future, and how that is the need of the hour. You can write how research in this applied economics is required in the present day world of economics. Here, of course, you will display your knowledge of the field, which will be based on your reading and understanding of the field that you want to explore for your research. How it will be an addition to the already existing research in the area. So, on the whole, the next two paras would speak of the scope your research program has and how your work will contribute further to this area. Then, in the last paragraph, you should speak of the reasons why you have chosen this particular university to pursue your research in, which should of course include the scholarly and the best faculty there. Here, your homework and study regarding this will help you. In the end, you should mention that you are enclosing the testimonial from the principal of your college, which is again an essential part of applying for admission there in that university. I hope students, this must have given you an idea of how you should draft your SOP. Remember, you need to have a thorough understanding of the area in which you wish to pursue the degree there, because this is a descriptive essay that expresses your understanding, knowledge, and the analytical sense that has been developed on the basis of this knowledge and understanding. And now, to know what you have gained so far in this video lecture, please complete a small activity. You can share your thoughts by choosing the correct option from those given in these two questions, below these two questions. Also, please do not forget to participate in the discussion forum by sharing your thoughts relating to the question given in the discussion forum. Thank you very much for watching this video. We will be meeting again in the next video.